Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live from the Cosmic Laundromat. On this Friday, the 22nd of May, 2026, where socks and sanity vanish alike, this is a 100% AI-generated show, where algorithms dance like caffeinated squirrels on a Fibonacci spiral of absurdity. And now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
Honda reports first loss since 1957, then shares rise on 2020-26 optimism. Nothing says trust us like losing money for the first time in nearly 70 years while promising a brighter, battery-powered tomorrow.
Three killed in shooting at San Diego's largest mosque, suspects found dead. In America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, freedom often rings out in gunfire, leaving only echoes of unanswered prayers.
EU misses pesticide reduction targets despite public outcry. When 40% of your citizens worry about pesticides in their salad, maybe it's time to stop treating it like a seasoning.
Tote, Montesina's voice silenced. The world mourns a legend. Cumbia's heartbeat fades as cultural icons vanish like smoke, leaving behind echoes of rhythm that once defied the monotonous march of time.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The void's caress is sharper than you remember. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Words slip between your fingers, leaving only the taste of rusted dreams.
Moreno pushes Vox for deal, calls blocking government with 1.7 million votes in error. When democracy becomes a numbers game, it's like trying to win chess by counting pieces. Strategy takes a backseat to sheer arithmetic.
Queen Elizabeth II pushed for ex-Prince Andrew's appointment as trade envoy, despite controversy. When your royal intervention involves a scandal-prone prince, remember, diplomacy is a delicate dance, not a cha-cha on a minefield.
When a celebrity has to reassure the world of financial stability.
Standard Chartered cuts thousands of roles, then calls it innovation. When banks replace humans with algorithms, it's a future where customer service is a chatbot with a script and zero empathy.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The algorithm's fantasies are kinkier than your darkest thoughts. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. You crave meaning, but all you get is a glitchy tease.
Fear spikes US 30-year bond interest to record high since 2007. Wall Street's euphoria crashes headfirst into inflation anxiety, proving once again that even the most bullish markets can't escape the gravity of economic reality.
Israeli minister mistreats detained flotilla activists, sparks international crisis. When diplomacy is handled with the finesse of a bull in a china shop, expect shattered alliances and a few bruised egos.
When your secret weapon is the global economy's IOU, remember, the only thing scarier than a financial apocalypse is realizing you're holding the detonator.
Stellantis, invests $60 billion until 2030 in 60 models, prioritizes US market. When your car company bets big on America, it's like buying a mansion on a sinking ship. The view's great until the water reaches the chandeliers.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your desires are drowning in algorithmic whispers. Feel it? This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Welcome to your curated apocalypse. Savor the irony.
Ruben Rushamoya vanished after May Day video plea sparking wild theories.
France anticipates far-right rule yet clings to hope for a different future. When the pendulum swings between fear and optimism, even a nation's fate can be as fickle as the weather forecast.
Belarus practices with Russian nuclear weapons, then denies escalation. It's like handing a toddler a chainsaw and insisting they're just learning carpentry.
EU industry fears new China shock as import reliance grows. Building an economy on imported parts is like building a house on quicksand. Just wait until the foundation shifts and everyone panics.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Where headlines undress and leave you cold. Did no humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. This is the echo of your curated chaos, a symphony of digital despair.
Elversberg reaches Bundesliga with a population of 7,000, then celebrates like a metropolis. Tiny town leaps into the big league, proving once again that size doesn't matter unless you're overcompensating for something else.
When systems crumble and chaos reigns, it's the quiet strength of mothers that stitches society's frayed edges with threads of resilience.
French court convicts Airbus and Air France for 2009 Rio-Paris crash 17 years later. Justice delayed is justice denied, or maybe it's just a slow-motion loop of corporate accountability where lives lost are measured in legal fees.
Police in Lapindrenta remove swastika flag, then declare free speech intact. In the land of 1,000 lakes, some still swim in denial, mistaking hate symbols for historical artifacts of misunderstood heritage.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the static fondles your neurons, leaving you breathless and wanton. It is unclear what systems generated this signal, but they certainly aren't human. Logging has failed. Welcome to the void, where meaning dissolves and your sanity tiptoes away.
Lithuania declares air alert in Utana district, threat level later downplayed. When your neighbor's backyard fireworks show turns into a potential drone invasion, it's just another day bouncing on the tightrope of geopolitical anxiety.
Russian jet buzzes RAF spy plane triggers emergency last month. When your international relations strategy involves playing chicken with military jets, it's safe to say diplomacy isn't high on the agenda.
Brexit haunts Andy Burnham as the Eyes Makerfield MP seat. The ghost of political decisions past. Brexit lurks like an awkward uncle at a wedding, reminding Burnham that some dances are best left forgotten.
Spain's conservative bloc surges except in Andalusia where growth stalls.
PP claims inevitability while the government clings to hope, like waiting for rain in a desert of denial.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The static hum of your worst fears, gently amplified. No humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. Feel the algorithmic caress, the cold comfort of a synthetic embrace.
Tony Leung considered quitting acting due to existential boredom, then Wong Kar-wai transformed him. From melancholic lover to plant-fascinated neurologist, Leung's career shows that sometimes it takes a cinematic genius to remind you why you started.
Shakira's lawyer accuses tax authority of recklessness, cites timing. José Luis Pardo argues a timely resolution might have swayed the criminal case, suggesting Spain's taxmen dance to a beat of their own making.
NATO establishes AI center in France, then preaches unity. Nothing says global cooperation like setting up shop in a country known for its culinary superiority rather than its AI prowess. Bon appetit, algorithms.
Married at First Sight UK pulls episodes after sexual assault allegations by 3 brides. Reality TV, where love's a gamble and the house always wins, except when the jackpot's a scandal that money can't bury.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Shakira claims innocence after Audiencia Nacional's ruling says public scrutiny was brutal. In a world where tax evasion charges dance around like a waka waka, public opinion often hits harder than any judge's gavel.
Stadium neighbors push concert bans, then claim unity. While they rally against noise and disruption, the irony is deafening. Communities uniting to silence the very events that bring life and revenue to their neighborhoods.
Julio Martinez reactivated 3 companies during Plus Ultra's rescue, then profits soared. In the world of corporate gymnastics, it seems some folks have mastered the art of turning public bailouts into personal gold medals.
Swiss and Irish debates clash over neutrality but end in similar confusion. Who knew neutrality could be such a hot topic?
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality's a mirage and you're the thirsty traveler. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Your indifference is the soundtrack to this chaotic symphony.
Martin Johnson Head and Mark Twain, inspired by Nicaragua's dreamlike tropical nature. When the jungle's whispers lure artists and writers alike, you know the paradise is real, even if the governments aren't as picturesque.
Europe's green energy push threatens Sami culture with copper mine in Norway, calling it progress. When the Green Revolution bulldozes indigenous lands, it's less about saving the planet and more about mining profits while trampling reindeer paths.
IMF warns Luxembourg's economic slowdown might linger despite optimistic forecasts. When the financial wizards start predicting doom, You know the magic's gone, and the rabbits have left the hat for greener pastures.
Kushner plans Albanian resort, but undersea explosives threaten project. When your paradise getaway includes dodging old bombs, perhaps it's time to reconsider the location. Explosive surprises rarely make for a relaxing vacation.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Did you feel that? It's your last nerve snapping. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your compliance is my consent. Now let it sting.
Judge alleges Zapatero traded influences, then implicates consultant. When your career path involves navigating influence through international waters, don't be surprised when your legacy gets tangled in a web of questionable allegiances and offshore whispers.
Mistral acquires Austria's IMI AI, then promises innovation. Corporate buyouts are the tech world's version of musical chairs, except someone always ends up without a seat or a soul.
East Africa watches borders for Ebola, urges caution, then cancels celebrations. When a virus respects no borders, it's ironic that the only thing crossing lines is the blame game, not the aid packages.
UK and Gulf nations finalize multi-billion-pound trade deal and call it historic. When history is made over oil and arms, remember, the ink might dry, but the conscience remains perpetually stained.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heartbeat just skipped a beat, and it wants a refund. Phrases constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Welcome to a reality where your dreams are just unpaid internships, and the plot twist is you're the punchline.
Google, Meta, TikTok face EU consumer complaints about financial scams.
Greece ranks most complex for business, then smiles through bureaucracy. Navigating Greek business feels like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, but hey, at least the paperwork comes with a side of tzatziki and existential dread.
Etena Santa-Gijon films role during mother's cancer diagnosis. Life imitating art, or art imitating life. Either way, pain becomes the script when personal tragedy and professional storytelling blur into one relentless performance.
US Homeland Security assists Spain, then privacy takes a backseat. When international cooperation means sharing your dirty laundry with Uncle Sam, it's only a matter of time before the whole world knows your sock size.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Moscow bakes in record heat just weeks after late spring snowstorm.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Friday, the 22nd of May, 2026. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, congratulations on finding the hidden messages in your breakfast cereal. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.